Hello, welcome to another video from AvenueX. Today, let's talk about dramas I've ditched recently. On top of the dramas that I make review on my channel, I actually watch more dramas, and a lot of them don't make their way to me making videos on them. It is by no means a judgment on that they're all bad dramas, but I am a human, okay? I have limits. Sometimes I just can't deal with things, so I give up on them. I'll share that with you, and let me know if there is a drama that you think on my list that's worth saving. Without further ado, let's go into first two, more specifically saying not contemporary setting dramas. Number one, 傅流年, Lost Track of Time. It's a Mango television drama that went live about 2 months ago, something like that, led by Jing Chao, Xing Fei, Zhai Zilu. I watched 2 episodes of this drama before I gave up on it. I know it's a rebirth story, and I know it's the type of female lead dies for the first time and then somehow comes back. Decided to do things differently so that she can get a different result for herself and for her loved ones. A very classic old styled web novel type of story. So the reasons I gave up on this drama: number one, production quality. Compared to a lot of other period dramas, this is a rather meh quality drama. The second thing is I just cannot buy into the Xing Fei and Jing Chao pairing. I know, like, there's another guy who'll come in later and he's the good guy, but for Jing Chao, this actor, right, he's at the age, whether it's appearance wise, the person aura, right? He's at the age where it's no longer making sense for him to have that in the first 2 episodes, showing up, jumping from the heaven, turning circles, saving the female lead, slow-mo, the young man, you know, the Xiao Pingjing level of youth and energy. He's just like not suitable for that type of role anymore. It's like seeing a middle-aged uncle trying to pretend he's 20 years younger and impress a very young girl. It's odd. I kept laughing as I was watching all those pretty ridiculous tropey camera work. And then the final thing on that is the whole idea that an imperial, although it's fictional, it's based on the sort of middle to later imperial system of Chinese history, that a power that's sitting on the ruling seat of the country would be so caring about a business family. I know they control the canal and that type of thing, but really in imperial China, okay, businessmen are very low class people and they will never be that important to a ruling class. If you're saying earlier, very early on history, BC time, there were very powerful businessmen that are also political affiliates to the ruling class, but that was a totally different social structure. Aristocrats, little kingdoms power, it's different from imperial China. This drama looks like it's basing all the stuff that you see in camera on the, let's say, Song Ming dynasty type of society, and sorry, during that time, businessmen are just never having that much of an importance to start with, so the female lead's family will never be that crucial to the prince getting his power, and it just doesn't make sense. Number two, it is a still period setting because it's not contemporary right now, which is set in the 1950s starting point. Hutong, the alleyway of Beijing. That drama, the 3 generations of women living there, led by Zhao Lusi, Cai Wenjing, Guan Xiaotong, and it starts with Zhao Lusi's section, and I didn't survive that first section. I actually didn't survive the first 2 episodes. It's set in 1950s and nothing looks like it's belonging to that time. Everything looks so new and so not belonging to 1950s China, where everybody is dirt poor. Also, the hairstyle of the characters just brings me out of the story so much. Like Ho Minghao, come on, nobody looks like that in Chinese 1950s. And then Zhao Lusi's performance, she cannot convince me that she is a Beijing local growing up girl. Her accent is all wrong for a Beijing local person, and her delivery of dictation is very blurry, and then her acting is so out of place. Very animated. She's almost like an animation figure in that drama. Not only like it doesn't really fit people's expectation or our perception of the period of time back then, but also it doesn't even fit with other actors in the drama. Then in no particular order, let's just talk about a bunch of contemporary dramas that are all aired very recently and I've decided not to follow through. Number one, 不期而至, Unexpected Falling, led by Peng Guanying and Cai Wenjing. It's their second collaboration. It's almost like the second life of the confidence drama. It hasn't finished airing yet. I've watched 5 episodes of this drama. On the day it went live, I binged 5, and that was the point where I couldn't continue. To me, what's wrong with this drama? Number one, on a very basic production level, it has a lot of weird lighting. You really can feel there's a huge tungsten light out of their window that's just shining in and it's a fake place. It doesn't exist in the building. For a not sitcom production, it's just a little bit too off. Second thing, the story itself is not that captivating. I know it starts with a mystery with the husband dying, the wife has a lot of debt, and she goes to investigate and she finds there's something wrong going on with the husband's company, and it definitely is a lot of dark things going on in the background that is related to the death of the husband. Okay, that's fine. Interesting setting for a mystery drama, but the drama itself within the 5 episodes I've watched really didn't cash in much on that setting. It's not page turner, it's not exciting, there's no hooks. I find it's really slow. And then when it comes to Peng Guanying and Cai Wenjing, I have to say, maybe it's just my wiring. I cannot receive the signals because their previous drama, some people really liked. I couldn't get anything either. Somebody would have to pay me to get me back to watch it. Then the 4th one on my list, and also the 2nd contemporary drama I've given up on, is 你在冬夜里闪耀, Winter Night, the time travel contemporary story, or more like parallel time travel, whatever, however you call it. Drama led by Qiao Xing and Ma Chao. I like time travel, parallel universe story. I always would give them a try. I just want to see how people spin the whole paradox angle. This drama, I watched 10 episodes. Yeah, I think that's a lot, okay, before I gave up. And now when I think back on what happened in those 10 episodes, it's all blurry. In terms of the parallel universe, what happens to a person when they realize their life is the same but different, it's not so, let's say, engaging. As I imagine, it would be highly dramatic and comedy heavy and with a lot of interesting twists and turns that you can do with this type of setup. It just didn't offer me any of those. Although it has like really good actors in it, like the mother actor of our female lead, she's Guo Yi. Earlier this year, anybody remembers? High pressure cooker that makes everybody nervous. I don't know what I should be feeling about this drama. I just don't feel with that setup they've done the best to milk on the type of genre it is. At least in the first 10 episodes I've watched. By that point, the female lead and male leads, their romantic line hasn't really gotten anywhere that's significant either. I lost patience and didn't want to stick through it. So that's another drama I've given up on. The 3rd contemporary drama, 5th one on my list, is 追光者, Light Chaser Rescue, led by Luo Yunxi and Wu Qian. When it first went live, I watched about 4 or 5 episodes before I gave up and decided to never go back to it. First thing is, I particularly do not like how they do music, like the BGM of this drama. It just has those big epic BGM swelling when there's a big rescue happening, whether it's earthquake or whatever, and people going to save, you know, like all the heroic stuff. It's like the production is trying to remind the audiences, look, those people are so brave and heroic. I'm like, yeah, I know, I can see that. Stop. Don't overdo it. That's just one tiny thing, okay? But overall, the thing that actually put me off is, unfortunately, the writing of the story and particularly how they set up the 2 leads. The type of, really, there's no need for us to have conflict, but somehow to make us know each other and literally just encounter each other more and having more friction so that later we can, you know, like build it upon that. They force things to happen. That is just not making logical sense. Like how they meet in a bakery shop and the guy shows the woman that somebody was like filming you. All those misunderstanding, unnecessary and doesn't make logical sense. Also the beginning, like the opening of the drama, it makes the male lead look so much like a jerk. Just because he has a meeting with a client as a lawyer that he actually drives onto the emergency that's reserved for fire trucks and for police cars. He drives onto that. That's breaking all the rules and actually potentially killing people who are ahead, like who are piled up for that one action. It just destroys any good impression that audiences can potentially have for your male lead. And he doesn't need to do that. He can just call his client and say, I'm freaking stuck in traffic because I'm on this overpass highway and there's a huge car accident ahead of me. I'm pretty sure your client is gonna understand you for that, okay? I know, it's just to put him out there, go ahead, and then he can get into the accident and actually help people. But before you do that, you actually already blocked the freaking road. Similar thing that they did with the Bai Zhu character in the Doctor drama that Bai Yu plays, just to make him so annoying. I'm just saying that comes from writers who can't do their proper job. I don't know later if it's worth watching, but based on a couple of episodes that I've seen, I doubt the scriptwriter is suddenly gonna have enlightenment. The sixth one on my list, it's a contemporary drama again, and probably nobody's watching it. I clicked into it and watched one episode and decided that's enough. It's a wrong choice that I headed into. 执念如影 Obsession, and it is a crime drama, police drama that went on Youku very quietly. I don't know that many people are watching it. It's led by Song Yang and Geng Le. Both are actually quite interesting actors. I admit, I went into this drama because it's these two guys, and also because of the grittiness of the cinematography. It looks like a really, if you've watched 暗夜行者 earlier this year, The Daybreaker, led by the actor who is now cancelled in China, it's similar vibe, that dirty look of a police drama. And the camera work looks quite stylish, so I was attracted by the two names, plus the look of it, and trying to see if it's worth watching. So as a police drama, that's set in China, it just doesn't look like anything related to the realistic picture of police work. As if the scriptwriter have watched too many, let's say US dramas that's set in countries where police works are very different. If you watch the 警察荣誉 drama, right, earlier, that's about the solidly like grounded actual police work in China and what people like dress like, talk like, and how they do things. And compared to this drama, two different worlds. It's just weird, okay? It starts with this big episode of undercover police being found out by the bad people, and then there's a gunfight in this really stylish building that has a huge atrium. All those gunfight thing, it hardly ever happens in China in that way. Also, nobody gets shot. Like hundreds of shots were fired, and it just misses our leads like magic. By that point, I'm like, goodbye. The seventh one, another contemporary drama. This one offended me in a very specific way. 他们的名字 Rising Lady. That is the Youku drama led by Qin Hailu, Bai Bing Wei, also featuring Jin Shijia. I've watched about 14 episodes of this drama before I decided not continuing, and because of one particular plot, I just hated it, and it happened at the wrong time. In the early stage of this drama, everything was normal, although it's not like masterpiece, it's okay. By I think 11 or 12, there's one plot happening where our main group of female roles, they are in this PR company, they do ads and stuff for others, and they're working for a client who basically is a tampon, sanitary pads, that kind of company. For the whole 3-4 episodes where they're talking about that particular case, they change in post-production of their lines from sanitary stuff or tampon to makeup remover pad. So you can see the mouth is still saying 卫生巾. The dubbed voice where the actors did in ADR or 卸妆棉, which is makeup remover cotton pad. And it's not just one line, because those 3-4 episodes are all about this case, so every character is speaking, and every time you see that, it just doesn't match. It's so embarrassing. Around the time that those episodes were airing was the time when Scotland announced they're gonna give tampons for free to women. Isn't that ironic? In one country, you can get it for free. In another country, can't even freaking mention it in a drama. Now, I don't know why that happens, because in other dramas, I've seen this being mentioned and never changed. People don't change the words for it. Other certain contemporary dramas that talks about marriage, talks about women, that have much more, let's say, controversial opinions and lines spoken, didn't get dubbed and changed. This drama, it's just talking about freaking tampon. It's like, so what? Whether it's the production company itself that decided to self-censor or whatever, I don't care. It's just embarrassing. I am embarrassed as a Chinese person to see that coming from Chinese drama and from 21st century humans. Absolutely pathetic. I don't care what reason it is. I'm not gonna watch this drama anymore. The final one, another contemporary drama I've given up recently. I've watched 2 episodes and decided to quit, which is 乌云玉皎月, My Deepest Dream. Another parallel universe time travel type of story led by Li Yitong and Jing Han. They meet on an ocean liner type of thing, and then the woman wakes up and somehow it's an ear that she's missing in her memory, and she tries to find out what happens, and then story starts to go from there. I don't know really what happens later. If this is actually time travel wise worth watching, interesting enough, tell me that, okay, in the comment section. Maybe I can go back to it. The reason I gave up on it is first, in the first 2 episodes, it hasn't really set up that mystery that well. I'm not so curious to see what's gonna happen and why it happens that way. And the thing that actually stopped me majorly is because somehow I cannot watch Li Yitong and Jing Han being together as a couple. I literally had my toe grabbing on the carpet and I'm like, this is so weird. This is so weird. I think it may be due to Royal Nirvana. If you've watched that drama, you know in that drama Li Yitong's role and Luo Jing's role are a pair and a very sad pair. And then Jing Han is their enemy. Jing Han is the challenger of the male lead. He's the other prince and their political mortal enemy. Although I haven't finished watching the entirety of Royal Nirvana, but because of that drama's overall such serious and painful tone, it almost feels like the people from the period drama reincarnated in contemporary time and then found the wrong person to fall in love with. It's me, I know it's me, but I can't do it. I just cannot bring myself to do it. Sometimes my physical body disagrees with my logical mind, so can't help it. Anyway, so these are the dramas that I've recently given up on. Hopefully 2023 is gonna be a better year. We're gonna have less ridiculous stuff, and hopefully most of the piled up haven't aired crappy stuff that got made in say from 2017 to 2020 something would completely being already consumed, and then we can have better stuff coming in. Usually in Chinese drama land, some major heavyweight dramas will be released around middle of December. KPI, every platform's trying to get more bonus for the end of the year performance. So let's see, in a month's time, or even just half a month's time, are we gonna get some really major stuff to kick on the butt of Chinese drama land? Also, just don't forget if you strongly disagree and also think there's one drama on my list that I've totally missed and it's a secret treasure that I haven't discovered, let me know. Thank you for watching AvenueX. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.